Sometimes life changes in a single moment, leaving behind a silence so deep that even breathing feels heavy. Losing someone or something meaningful can shake your entire world, making everything feel uncertain, empty, and without direction. But inside every major loss lies a hidden turning point, a moment where pain can become purpose, where heartbreak can become strength, and where the end of one chapter can lead to the beginning of a more powerful one. This is the story of a woman who faced a devastating loss and found a new reason to rise, a new path to walk, and a new purpose to live for. Her journey is a reminder that even after the darkest night, there is still a dawn waiting to break. Loss has a way of arriving without warning, shaking everything, and leaving behind a silence that feels heavier than anything else. And that was exactly what happened to her. One moment, her world was held together by someone she loved deeply, and the next, she found herself standing alone in a place that suddenly felt too big, too empty, and too unfamiliar. The people around her tried to comfort her, but their words felt like distant echoes. She walked through her days as though carrying an invisible weight, one that pressed on her chest, slowed her steps, and blurred her vision of the future. Her life, once bright and filled with direction, seemed to lose all meaning. It felt as though she had been pushed into a dark room where even the idea of hope was too far to reach. Every morning became a battle. She would wake up with her heart tight and her thoughts scattered, wondering how someone could rebuild a life that had been torn apart so suddenly. The memories she held so closely now felt like sharp pieces she didn't know how to hold without hurting herself. She stopped engaging in things she used to love, and for a while, she convinced herself that this was how it would always be. But life, even in its harshest moments, has a quiet way of whispering reminders. One of those reminders came to her unexpectedly: an old notebook she found while cleaning out a drawer she hadn't opened in months. Inside were ideas, dreams, and hopes she had written long before her loss. As she flipped through the pages, she felt a faint spark inside her chest. Something she had not felt in a long time: an ache to live again. Not just survive. She didn't know where to begin, but she knew she needed to move. So she started small. She began taking walks in the early morning, letting the calm air and soft glow of dawn wrap around her. She found herself paying attention to the quiet details: the sound of leaves brushing against each other, the way the sky shifted from darkness to light, the gentle encouragement of nature reminding her that nothing stays dark forever. On one of those mornings, she paused, looked around, and realized that even though she was still hurting, she was no longer standing in the same place emotionally. Grief was still there, but it was no longer the only thing she could feel. Slowly, she began reconnecting with parts of herself she had abandoned. She reopened her notebook and started writing again, not about her pain alone, but about her hopes, her questions, her purpose. She discovered that within her heartbreak, there were seeds of strength she had never noticed before. She found herself wanting to help others who had also gone through major losses, wanting to be the voice she once needed during her darkest days. So she volunteered in community spaces, listening to stories that mirrored her own and offering words she wished someone had told her when she felt the most alone. Each conversation lit something within her: purpose, direction, meaning. She realized that her pain had not destroyed her, it had reshaped her. Days passed, and the heaviness inside her slowly transformed. It didn't disappear, but it changed into something she could carry without collapsing under it. This transformation wasn't sudden or dramatic. It was built through slow steps, quiet decisions, and moments of courage no one else saw. She began setting new goals, not because she was trying to escape her past, but because she finally believed she still had a future worth reaching for. And one day, as she stood in front of a group of people sharing her story for the first time, she understood something powerful. Losing someone she loved had broken her, but it had also revealed the depth of resilience she didn't know she possessed. Her purpose wasn't to forget her loss, her purpose was to grow from it, to use it, to honor it. She learned that healing doesn't mean returning to who you were before. It means becoming someone stronger because of what you've survived. Her journey forward wasn't perfect. Some days were bright, others were heavy. But she kept moving because she discovered a truth that changed everything. Purpose is not found in avoiding pain, but in rising from it. Her life began to bloom again, not the same way it once did, but in a new form that was richer, deeper, and more meaningful. Every step she took reminded her that major loss does not mean life is over. Sometimes, it is where a new chapter begins. And today she continues to inspire others with her story, living proof that even after the deepest heartbreak there is still a path forward, there is still light waiting to be found. And there is still purpose waiting to be lived. Her life became a message: you are allowed to fall. You are allowed to grieve. But you are also allowed to rise again and step into a new purpose crafted through strength, courage, and hope. If this story touched your heart and inspired you, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more motivational stories that uplift, empower, and encourage you every single day.